Hello guys again, and I have today another review for you. I showed you this rifle that I got for Christmas in my Christmas present unboxing video. I'm not unboxing, my Christmas present overview video. And today I'm going to show it to you because honestly I've just had a blast with it. It's been very fun. So here it is. You may have got this from the title. But this, and I don't know if this is even going to get in the whole camera frame here because it's kind of a long one, but this is a Mosin Nagant 9130, and it's spelled Mosin Nagant, yada yada yada. I pronounce it Mosin Nagant because that's how I've heard you're supposed to pronounce it. Who cares? Anyway, here it is. I got this for Christmas, and it is beautiful. And I'm actually surprised. The more I look into it, the more I realize that this is actually a nice one. For prices like that, sometimes I've seen them down to 60, 130, maybe even up to 200. You're not sure of the quality you're going to get. And this was actually picked out by my gun store owner because I got it for Christmas. My parents bought it for me for Christmas, but they went to my gun store, so I think the guy kind of hooked me up. Anyway, the reason I think he hooked me up, I keep getting compliments on every time I go to the range that this is the nicest wood pattern that they've seen on one, and my friend said, yeah, he was shooting with my other friend and they don't have as nice wood pattern, so hey, that's nice to hear. Another thing I see that's a common problem is sticky bolts, and I thought that was kind of weird because does this look sticky to you? Doesn't look sticky to me. Obviously it's empty too by me showing you that. But this is smooth as glass. This is almost as smooth as a Remington 700 bolt. So that's not bad. Anyway, so the Mosin Nagant 9130. It's got it's a very heavy rifle. I have no idea. I think somebody said it was about 8 pounds. It has a 5-round internal magazine, and it's loaded with stripper clips. So all the people that like to make the argument clip over magazine, yes, they are different. But I'm actually going to get some clips for this gun. And you take the stripper clips, and there's a little guide in here. There's a stripper clip guide. You put 5 rounds on a stripper clip, and you push it down, and they all go in there. I've heard that it's kind of hard to do. I've heard that it's an art. I just ordered some on Amazon.com. Yes, you can get stripper clips on Amazon.com, and I'm going to try them out. What I'm going to try them out with is one of the main reasons you get this rifle, the ammo. This is the 7.62x54R cartridge, and that's 54R standing for rimmed, not Russian. Some people think it stands for Russian, but it's the 7.62x54R, meaning rimmed, and it's not the AK round or anything like the AK round. Some people get confused with that because the AK shoots 7.62, but the AK shoots 7.62x39, and it's also similar to the 308, which is 7.62x51, so it's a little bit bigger than the 308. The 308 is one of the most popular hunting cartridges in North America, so it's a little bit bigger than that, so that should give you an idea of the power of this thing. And the surplus ammo I hear is silver-tipped steel core, and I believe that's armor piercing. Not that I plan on piercing anybody's armor, but it's a serious round. I'm going to edit in some pictures into this video to show you the comparison between some of the rounds I have from 22 long rifle to 50 BMG and 12 gauge, and there's a 223 in there, all that stuff. That'll be edited in somewhere in this video, and you'll see that it's a substantial round, and it's really fun to shoot. It's got quite a kick, but I'm going to say that the kick is similar or maybe even a little bit less than a 12 gauge slug. Or maybe with a 3-inch Magnum slug it'll be really similar, but it's not that bad of kick. It's certainly not 22 or 9mm or anything like that, but it's not terrible, and it's actually accurate. When I got it, it's got very rudimentary sights, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, and yes, I'm pointing at the camera, but this front sight post you can slide in and out, back and forth there. Really simple to adjust, but you know, there's no finesse about it. It's just you hit it with a brass punch to get it in there. But it started out way off to the right side, which if you're looking at the camera, that should be your left now. It started way off to the right there, so I hit it in, and I couldn't quite get that last bit, so I took to my gunsmith, and he hit it in just that last bit. Of course, he did it for free because, you know, we know each other. But then that knocked it too far over to the left, your right. So I took it to the range, made a tiny adjustment, and now I'm consistently blowing up clay pigeons through the iron sights with 50 yards. And I think that's actually pretty impressive accuracy. If I'm looking down these iron sights at 50 yards, You balance a clay pigeon on top of that sight post. You have to do sort of a 6 o'clock hold there because these sights are set for 100 meters. But if I balance it at 50 yards and blow up clay pigeons, and when you hit them with these cartridges, they powder. That is by far enough accuracy through iron sights that I could ever want. I'm not going to put a scope on this rifle because I definitely need a rifle with iron sights because everything I have, my M4, my GSG5, except the 9mm, which is over here for home defense, but that's the only other rifle that I have that has iron sights on it besides shotguns, which that doesn't really count. You can get scopes for these, but you need to get a curved bolt because obviously this is a bolt that goes straight out. So if you push it up, it's going to hit the scope. But they make curved bolts for that. It's called a PU scope or PU set, something like that. I just bought a simple sling here. This was $8. I know, or shell holder. I know you can get it for cheaper than that, but I just went to my gun store when I was picking up ammo, and I got this sling. About the ammo, I was getting into this a little bit earlier. I'm going to be ordering a surplus ammo. This is going to be the first time I order surplus ammo. Everybody tells me to do it. They tell me to do it with 223 because it's cheaper, but I'm finally going to do it with the 7.62, and the reason for that is I'm going to get 440 of these big-ass bullets for under $100 shipped. I'm going to be going to, I believe, ammunitiontogo.com. I'm looking around at a few other sites, but Ammunition to Go right now has $94 shipped. That's $74 for the ammo and $20 shipping. And that's despite what you may think, that's not actually that much of a rip-off for shipping because it weighs a lot. I think it weighs something like 20 pounds. But that'd be 440 rounds. It's 22 packets of 20. And right now I'm paying $7 for a pack of 20. And that's about 35. It's like 35 cents a bullet, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe if I get it the other way, it's 25 cents a bullet, or maybe it's 25.15. I think there's like a 10-cent difference per bullet, which is definitely that's enough difference for me to get surplus ammo. So probably this Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and order the spam can. From what I've heard, it's all fun and games except getting the can open. I've heard that getting the spam cans open has quite a few stories related to it. Everything from hammers and chisels to oxyacetylene torches, which I don't think that's a particularly good idea to open a ammo can with an oxyacetylene torch, but I'm not the one who did it. But there will be I'll have a video on that because I'm going to be ordering that spam can ammo, and I'll get those stripper clips, so we'll see how those work. And so yeah, that's basically the Mosin Nagant. The price on this was, I don't know if I mentioned this already somewhere in this video, but $139, and you get the gun. Beautiful gun. There's also, by the way, there's a few variations on these Mosin Nagants. There is Mosin Nagant. There's my me messing up the pronunciation. Again, people pronounce it. I believe the correct way to pronounce it is Mosin Nagant. But anyway, there's this one, the 9130, which because it was designed in 1891, it was, I believe, redesigned or it was updated or something in 1931. By the way, and I'm sure you are dying to know this, but this is a Tula Arms, or Tula Armory, or whatever. It has the star with the arrow going through. I looked it up online to see the different markings. It's a 1939, excuse me, 1939 Tula Arms one, and I hear that the Tula Arms ones are actually a little bit rare. I don't know if that makes them more collectible, less collectible, whatever, but they're actually a little bit rare. Tula Armory. Yes, the same people who make that wonderful Tula ammo. I have a box of it up there. Like I said, they used to make really good guns. And there's a very good chance that I would say that this had killed some Nazis because, obviously World War II took place around the 40s. But this had never been fired when I got it. And that's a really good thing. This had never been fired when I got it. You look in the chamber, some people say you got to check if there's any rifling left. I looked in here and I was wondering if it had ever been fired. The rifling was absolutely perfect, and the bore had pretty much a mirror finish in there. You could just tell that it had just been taken out of the cosmoline, because when I got it, there was just cosmoline all over this stuff, and the bolt, just thick, goopy cosmoline under the sight here. It's an adjustable front sight from 100 meters to 2,000 meters, just all full of that cosmoline, which is really thick grease that they used to pack these things in so they wouldn't rust and so they would keep. But, what some people say to take it off is you put it in a hot bag. You put it barrel down in a hot bag in the summer so it'll melt, because cosmoline melts at a low temperature. But I don't exactly have a summer to use right now because it's the winter here. in wonderful upstate New York. So I just basically took a rag, and then my friend took a lighter and started melting some of that stuff off. And anyway, I was talking about, before I got off on another rant, a lot of stuff to talk about. Anyway, before I got off another rant, the different kinds of Mosin Nagants. There's this 9130 here. There's also an M44, which is the carbine version, which instead of the barrel coming out, ending where it is right now, it would end about right here. Just a shorter barrel version. That's what the carbine stands for, short barreled rifle. And but those are a little bit more expensive. I think because I've had so much fun with this, I think I might look into picking up one of those. But it was imported by Century Arms. They put their little etching, a serial number in here. All they did was import it, just like ATI imported the GSG. I know that there's companies that import them, and this was imported by Century Arms. It's a Tula, made in Tula, Russia. And yeah, I highly suggest anybody get this, because as I mentioned, you get the gun, and you get some other things with it. You get, the sling, which was also completely coated in cosmoline that I took off of it. This was like a whole night project. I spent pretty much all of Christmas night getting the cosmoline off of this. Everybody needs one of these. You get a bayonet, and I put the bayonet on one time, and that's about it, because it's a pain in the ass to get off. It is a pain in the ass. Another thing that's a pain in the ass is get the cleaning rod out, but you're supposed to keep that in for collector's purposes. But this is a cleaning rod under here you can use to clean out the barrel and stuff. But I keep it in there because it's a pain in the ass to get out. Comes with a toolkit that can be used with the cleaning rod, various attachments. There's a couple different brushes in here, muzzle guard, and this, which is actually pretty important, this is the flathead screwdriver that you can use to adjust the firing pin length. And there's also firing pin protrusion measurement slots here. Your firing pin has to basically, it has to be taller than this slot and then shorter than this slot, because if you don't, you could either not hit the bullet enough to make it go off, or hit it too much, pierce the primer, and have a big explosion in your face, which is not fun. So that's actually a pretty useful tool. And this was completely sopping in cosmoline too. Had to take it all off of there. But again, for $139, I'm showing you all the stuff that you get with this. You get an ammo pouch. I put the bullets in here. I wear it on my side to the range. These each hold about 20 of these rounds. And my friend at the gun store who owns the place, or he works there, kicked me another one for free. He also kicked me when I bought my M4 another magazine. I always go there, and he knows me, so he always giving me free stuff. He's a really nice guy. But yeah, he kicked me an extra ammo pouch. And this oiler was black when I got it, completely black. Not silver like you see now, black with that cosmoline on there. But I put it under hot water, really, really hot water, and got all that cosmoline off. But basically what this is, I'm never going to use it, but it used to be, it came with the rifle. They used to put oil in one side and I believe solvent in the other side to clean the rifle in the field. But these things come off. You'd put oil in one side, I believe solvent in the other side. But this was just caked in cosmoline. But anyway, that's what comes with it. For $139, I don't think you can really find a better deal out there for a rifle like this. You're getting the power of a 308 cartridge, and even more than the 308 cartridge. You're getting the power of a 308 cartridge. You're getting World War II history, 1939, and it's accurate. Like I said, blowing up clay pigeons at 50 yards, you can't beat that. So if you're interested in a high-powered rifle, and you don't have the money to go out and get a Remington 700, Savage, Mossberg 4x4, something like that, definitely go ahead and take a look at this. These Mosin Nagants. And either way, I think for $139, if you got $139, or you can save up $139, you should get one. Because I honestly, I like modern firearms better. I like like the M4s and 9mm pistols and stuff like that. But for $139, this was probably one of the most fun I've ever had shooting. Because when you take this and you load up your bullets, you pull the bullet back, put 5 bullets in there one at a time, close that bolt, bam, you feel that recoil. That's fun. Throw the bullet out, and this bullet goes flying. If you really rack it back, that bullet will go flying. I gotta tell you, I had a lot of fun shooting this. I really wasn't expecting this, being a World War II firearm, but I had a lot of fun shooting this. So highly recommended for $139. Actually, $129. I don't know how many times I said $139, but it's $130. So $129 plus tax, cannot beat it. So if you're out there looking for a Mosin Nagant, go ahead and get this. So thanks for watching this video. I'm going to have another video of me opening the Spam Cam, or me unboxing the Spam Cam, something when I get it, with the stripper clips, and there'll definitely be more on this gun, probably a shooting video. So thanks for watching, and you guys have yourself a great after holidays time period. Thank you.